Brian Thompson was a giant in the healthcare industry. As CEO of United Healthcare, he held the reins of a multi-billion-dollar corporation. His days were filled with high-stakes decisions, board meetings, and investor calls. But Thompson was more than just a CEO. He was a husband, a father, a friend. He was known for his sharp intellect, his unwavering work ethic, and his quiet generosity. On the morning of December 4th, 2024, Thompson's life was cut tragically short. He was gunned down on the streets of Manhattan. The city that never sleeps became the backdrop for a shocking act of violence. Thompson was on his way to a shareholders meeting at the New York Hilton Midtown. It was a routine he followed countless times, but this time it would be his last. As he walked briskly down the bustling street, a lone figure emerged from the crowd. A single gunshot pierced the air. Thompson crumpled to the ground, the life draining from his eyes. Panic erupted. Witnesses screamed. The gunman vanished into the morning chaos. The news of Thompson's assassination sent shockwaves across the nation. How could this happen? Who would commit such a brazen act? The questions hung heavy in the air, a chilling reminder of the vulnerability of even the most powerful. The search for the killer was on. The manhunt for Brian Thompson's killer led investigators to a quiet town in Pennsylvania. There, they found Luigi Mangione, a 26-year-old former data engineer, hiding in plain sight. Mangione was a study in contrasts. A brilliant mind, a graduate of prestigious institutions, yet haunted by a darkness that few could comprehend. Mangione's life had taken a dark turn in recent years. He had become increasingly withdrawn, isolating himself from family and friends. His once promising career had crumbled, leaving behind a trail of bitterness and resentment. He saw himself as a victim of a system rigged against him. His descent into darkness was marked by a growing obsession with Ted Kaczynski, the infamous Unabomber. Mangione saw in Kaczynski a kindred spirit, a brilliant mind twisted by anger and alienation. He devoured Kaczynski's manifesto, finding justification for his own growing rage against society. His anger focused on the healthcare industry, an industry he believed profited from the suffering of others. He saw Brian Thompson as the embodiment of this system, a symbol of everything he had come to despise. In his twisted mind, Thompson's death was not just an act of revenge, but a necessary strike against a corrupt and unjust world. The arrest of Luigi Mangione sent shockwaves through his community. This was a young man from a good family, a bright student with a promising future. How could he be capable of such a cold-blooded act? The answer, investigators soon discovered, lay buried deep within the recesses of Mangione's mind. In his apartment, they found a treasure trove of disturbing evidence. A 3-page manifesto, penned in Mangione's own hand, railed against corporate greed, government corruption, and the evils of modern society. It was a chilling echo of Kaczynski's own writings, filled with rage, paranoia, and a chilling detachment from reality. Alongside the manifesto, investigators found detailed plans to target and assassinate Brian Thompson. Mangione had been meticulously tracking Thompson's movements, studying his routines, and waiting for the perfect moment to strike. He had even acquired a 3D-printed ghost gun, a weapon virtually untraceable by law enforcement. Mangione's writings revealed a deeply disturbed mind, consumed by anger and a sense of righteous indignation. He saw himself as a warrior against injustice, a lone wolf striking a blow for the downtrodden. His actions, however misguided, were driven by a twisted sense of purpose, a belief that he was somehow righting the wrongs of the world. The assassination of Brian Thompson sent shockwaves through the healthcare industry and beyond. It was a stark reminder of the growing divide in society, the simmering rage and resentment that can fester beneath the surface. The search for answers began. Thompson's family was left to grapple with the unimaginable grief of losing a loved one in such a senseless act. Friends and colleagues struggled to reconcile the vibrant, compassionate man they knew with the violence that had claimed his life. The healthcare community mourned the loss of a visionary leader. Luigi Mangione now faces a future behind bars. The legal proceedings will undoubtedly be lengthy and complex. His defense team will likely point to his deteriorating mental state, painting a picture of a young man driven to madness by his own demons. The trial of Luigi Mangione will be about more than just the assassination of Brian Thompson. It will be a referendum on the state of our society, the growing epidemic of gun violence, and the urgent need for mental health awareness and support. The specter of violence hangs heavy over us all.